And hello once again, everybody. Joe Fiduccia back with another tip in Windows 7. Today's tip will be about the Problem Steps Recorder, a tool that in my experience very few people tend to even realize is an option. What the Problem Steps Recorder can do is record the steps we take on our screens. Maybe we're performing several steps and at the end of those steps we're getting an error. So we need to communicate that error to the help desk. It would be helpful for them to see the steps we're taking, and this is the tool that can record them. Or maybe we're looking to record steps that show a group of our colleagues how to execute a task. Typically to do that, we might send out an email that has a bulleted list of several steps they need to take, maybe incorporate a screen capture here and there, but this tool will physically record every step you take into one concise summary. In our example today, what I would like to do is show my colleagues how to adjust the header and footer margins for a Word document. It does take a few steps to complete, and I would rather not have to type in each and every step into an email message. So what I can do is use this tool to capture every step I take and then send the completed package to my colleagues instead. Your first step is to go to the Start menu down in the bottom left corner of the screen. Now you won't see it anywhere in the Start menu, but if we use that Start menu search down there at the bottom, we can find it. To locate it, we can type in several keyword matches. What I like to do is type in the words record problem. Once we enter those keywords, one of the first tools you'll see up at the top is a control panel option that records steps to reproduce a problem. This is the tool we're looking for, so this is the tool I will select. What that will do is open up a new toolbar on top of my Word application here called the Problem Steps Recorder. This is what I'm going to use to record the steps I would like my colleagues to see. To use it is a matter of simply clicking on the Start Record button. And once we begin, we then just perform the clicks and the steps we would like our team to see. So to do that here, what I'd like my team to learn is how to adjust those margins. That's located first on the Page Layout tab of Word. So I'm going to click on that Page Layout tab. The next step I would like them to do is to click on the Page Setup dialog box here. And then third, I would like them to go to the Page Layout tab. And once they're in the Page Layout tab, come down here into the header area and adjust the header as I'm doing here on the screen. Once we're done performing the steps we want them to see, we click Stop Record back up here in the recording toolbar, and it will finally ask us what we would like to save the file as. So I'm going to call this one Steps to Adjust Margins, save it to my desktop, and click Save. Now as you can see here, I'm currently looking in my desktop, and on the desktop will be that folder I just created. The folder we create is actually a zip file, so it's easy to attach to any email message or post to any SharePoint site, for example. But inside that file is what will be called a problem followed by a series of numbers. This is the actual file that got recorded. Upon opening the file, we will see the results in the default internet browser. All the user has to do is scroll down. There, for instance, is step number 1. The first thing I did was click on the Page Layout tab, and you can see it's not only written, but it's also shown in the picture. Then if I scroll down, I'll come to step number 2. The second thing I did was go to the Page Setup dialog box, which is also shown in that picture. And it will visually show and write down every single step that I took while I was recording. See right here is the step where I clicked inside the header area and I entered another header which was 0.3. Then I go down and see all the other steps that I took until I reach the last step in the series. Let's take a look at another example. One of the intended uses of this tool is to physically record the steps that are producing a problem on your computer. It's a very helpful thing for folks in an IT department or help desk to see what you're doing so that you don't have to try to explain it on the phone or into a wordy email. Again, I have my steps recorder opened up, so I click Start Record. Once I start recording, I then begin the steps I'd like to record by going down into my Start menu. Now, what happens for me on my machine is every time I go into All Programs and then try going into Roxio, Then scroll down and go into the video category and open up Video Wave, I get an error. That error is unable to load skin, and I'm not quite sure what's causing that error. The problem steps recorder just documented those steps so that I can now send those exact steps to my help desk. Once I'm done, I click Stop Record. And as it did before, it'll ask me for a name, to which this one I will call Roxio Issue. Save it to my desired location, and once I'm there, I click Save. Once everything has been completed, I'll be left with a zip file here called Roxio Issue. This is what I would attach to the email or to the shared network drive and send it. Now, when the person receives it, they will open up the zip file and see a single file in there called problem followed by a number. They would double click on this, and that will open up their default internet browser. Now the tech has some more information that can help them diagnose the problem. Now, similar to all of the other tutorial videos we do, there are many other things we could know about. There's a feature in the Problem Steps Recorder called Add Comment, for example. Now, what this will do if we click on the Add Comment button is pause the recording. And this would allow you to add a comment or a tip or a suggestion from the step you just took before you continue recording the next few steps. Another thing to keep in mind, the results that we get with the Problem Steps Recorder here are permanent. They cannot be changed or modified, but there's nothing wrong with highlighting everything that you had recorded and doing a simple right-click copy to take all of that content and place it into Word or another application. And I've learned that many people have found value to it because it allows them to create a basic tutorial or instructional manual without having to use third-party software they may not be comfortable with. I would consider the Problem Steps Recorder one of the best hidden gems of Windows 7. Use it to record any steps you're taking to either produce a problem or to show a colleague or a friend how to execute a task. We appreciate your time today. Thank you for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you again real soon.